Okay, good afternoon and good morning. I hope
Hello.
you all are healthy and have a great day. I am Stefanus Palapa, accompanied with Jenny Sam and Heribertus Rustiawan in this talking. Today we are very fortunate. We have special guest. He is Bambang Yapri. Bambang Yapri is an HR practitioner. He would like to present and share about the topic of HR as business partner with the tagline creating employee experience. So yes, we would like to learn from him directly about this topic, and then we can ask some question that will be answered by Bambang Yapri directly. So let's learn and please welcome Bambang Yapri. The time and space is yours.
Thank you so much, Yus or Stefanus Palapa, or maybe some of your friends call you Palapa. And thanks for this great opportunity that I can share and also maybe learning from all of you about the experience that you have as an employee and also maybe the partner of your company in creating a better or a result of the business and whatever that you have done within your company. So allow me to share the screen. So in the next 5 minutes, I will share with all of you what that I see and also what that I experience, and at the same time, what that I learn throughout the journey that I have as an HR practitioner. So it's been almost 20 years that I've been in this HR field. As even though that I have a background as an industrial engineering, but I think this is also a great journey that we can see that for an HR practitioner, it can be from any different background. Even though if we see that uh, in a previous company or maybe 10 or 20 years before, we have those XR practitioner are coming from, especially maybe in Indonesia, that we have someone with law education background or psychology education background. But then we can see also in the world that the world is also changing, and we have a terms FUCA world. So we will say that there's a lot of things that have changed the landscape of the industry and also the organization itself. So we see that the volatility or the rate of change is really rapidly change the world. So if we also see like all the things that we use or we have like a mobile phone or maybe a televisions or the mode of the transportation that we have, it's changing. Usually maybe if you see that mobile phone is made, maybe it takes 1 year that you have to change the model. But nowadays, every 3 months or even every week, we have a new model of the smartphone. So that's the volatility of the change that we are facing now. And it's also happened in the industry or organizations. There's also, when you say about change, there's also an uncertainty or unclear about the present. So that's becomes the situations and the common situations, especially when we are in the pandemic situation that we are now. We are in uncertainty, even though we are progressing to the having the vaccines, but it's still a lot of uncertainty that we have here. It's not only in country per country, but it's also in the individual basis and the family basis on how that we will foresee the future, or uh, what kind of future that we would have later on. So that brings us to the complexity that we have. So when things that happen in the industry and also in the human resources world, there's a multiple key decision factors. So it's not only the HR or the leaders itself, but it's also from the external factors and also the internal factors. And the last but not least is about the ambiguity of the situations. So we are not having a full information about what happened, but at the same time we have to take decisions. So not with the full information, but in the reality we still have to take decisions. So then it brings the HR professional get the evolutions from taking care about the employees, especially starting from the industrial revolutions, that we have a mass industry, we have factory, we have all the things that we do batch by batch, and we do all the things with the same structures, the same process. Then we are thinking about the welfare of the employees and how that we make sure that the employees are productive, but at the same time, they are also safe. And then it comes to the industrial relations about the union and also the risk protections. That's why we are having some of the social security policies and how that we embrace that situations. But nowadays we are coming into the new era. So because the things that happen outside is also changing. So we are not only like a police officer that saying that no or yes, do and don't, but it's more to how that we can support the line managers in creating the system or creating the procedures that they can manage the team, and also how that the business process can flow as expected. And then when we see that the technologies is there, and also when we are saying nowadays that the organization is getting bigger, but at the same time, we have a system, we have the technology, we have the automation, we have the digitalizations, and all of those things, it doesn't only affect on the business or the manufacturing, but it's also affecting on the HR practices that we have. So then we are integrating, we are doing the synergy and whatsoever, and the HR processes itself is not isolated. So it's also part of the ERP or enterprise resource planning. So it's not only about the finance, it's not only about the material, it's not only about the system itself, but it's also the whole integration parts. That's why then we have a thing that we call as a shared service. So it's not, so if we say that the organization have the regional office or the head office, then they can do the synergy. So the technology actually can help the HR processes. So some of the repetitive tasks, some of the repetitive things that can be replaced by the digitalization and automations, it's changing already. So that's also the situation, especially in the pandemic like now, that maybe in the previous situation, for some of those who are working at the multinational companies, they are already get used to the work from home things. But for some of the company, it's really a new thing. So it's how, it's not only about the technology, but how that they interact with all the family members at home, especially because it's not only the employees who are working from home, but it's also the kids are also schooling from home. And also for those who are working together as a parents, they also have to balance that, how that they can take care of the family, but at the same time, they can really focus on the work also. So it keeps the productivity. So that's the challenge that I will say become the things as an HR practitioner. It's a great journey. So it's not only about thinking about what things that we have to do, but it always relate with the employee experience. That's why then I say that when we want to share the same vision as a company, then the HR would also take himself as really a business partner. So not only the officer who is taking care or safeguard the system, but also thinking about how that the system or the HR system can really support the objective of the company or the business itself. So it's really business focused solutions. And when we are talking about customer segmentation, it's also about the internal customer itself, the employee itself, because maybe if you are having the different industry or different site or different segmentations of the employees, then you really have to know about the those segment and how that that situation still that you can address that and improve the situations. And in my next slide, I also share why that the HR person also have to understand about the business that they are in, because then unless that you are an HR consultant, that you have a consultant within you, then you have to understand about your client, what that they're doing, what is the business process that they have, so that how that you can translate the HR strategy into the language of the business. And last but not least is about how that we can personalize or customize the HR functions so that it can switch the needs of the employee itself. So we are talking about creating employee experience is it's not just a matter of how that we can make the company have the profit, but it's and then how that the company, while making the profit, they also can make sure that they are not destroying the planet. So we hear that in doing the business, we are emphasizing on 2P, profit and planet. But now we also have the other P is people. So when we are having the business, we ensure that we have maintained the profit, the people, and also the planet. So that's some of the ideas that we have. Then I would say that these three things that you see in my slides, I would say that these three things would be an essential capability that the HR practitioner should have, whether the person is in Asia or in the western part of the world or in the eastern part of the world, whether he's in the family company or in the multinational family company or in the multinational company or even in a public listed company. I think that the HR person should have the growth mindset, because then if you see the VUCA world is changing, so then if you think that it's not changing, then you are far behind. So if you think that, if you remember when you have, if you want to recruit someone, then someone have to write down a letter, curriculum vitae, and then give a stamp and send it to the postal office and whatsoever. Maybe later on in the 5 years, maybe in the next 10 years, even our children doesn't really know what is the stamp for, because they don't send the CV anymore. So they just send by email, and then maybe later on we have another media instead of email. Maybe it's even faster. So sometimes people also send the CV using the social media that they have. So everything is changing. If you keep on being competent on the capability that they are not used now, you're still competent, but you're not relevant anymore, because it's not used already. So that's one of the thing. And then the second one, I think, is about build the curiosity. So how that you want to explore the new territory or the new concept or the new tools that maybe now it's not widely used, but we believe that that's going to be the future of the HR. And I think it's also almost the same for all the professions. So when we think about improvement, or maybe we think about a project that we want to do, most of the time it will relate with the technology. Most of the time it will relate with automation or digitalizations. So that's and if you say about like, let's say like finance, nowadays it's not only the capability of understanding the finance concept, but it's also how that you can automate the process itself. And the last one, I think the HR is a process that support the business. So how that you say that you are supporting the business if you don't know the business itself, how the business is, the macro, and also maybe the details of the business, and how that you can find the right people, how that you can find the right technology that you can support the HR process. And I think these three things will be essential for the HR practitioner if they want to go further and go beyond, and they can transform from being personnel people to be the people developer, to be the HR business partner. So last but not least, I will say that there are two sentences or two quotes that I have here. It will be a reminder, or maybe it's also a guidance wherever we go, or wherever the future will take the business itself, because we don't even know how that this company will be ended, or how that the company that I work for will end it. If you know maybe previously about some of the brands like Nokia, before they are not a mobile phone or a network company, before they are they are in the pulp business or in the pulp industry. So we don't know. Even like Fujifilm, before what they are doing, a chemical company, but then they become a brand for the, or that relates with the printed photo. But nowadays they are changing also. So, but then when we are talking about employees are human being, and uh, if they understand why, they will find out how. So I think that the most important thing is how that we can define the why. And then I believe also whatever the situations, even though it's changing, but when you have the system, that system can drive the behavior. So that's my sharing, use,
Yeah.
and how that we can bring this to the journey that we have as an employee or as an HR practitioners. And I think this will also happen not only in Indonesia, but it's also all over the world. The challenge will be the same, because the change is doesn't the change doesn't happen only in some part of the countries, but it happens anywhere.
All right.
Back,
Thank you, Bambang. This is very interesting and great perspective from us.